up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ladies Discourse. Serena Alonzi is currently on her way. She is running late today, but we have a lot of lovely ladies going to join us today. Today, we're going to discuss the crypto bear market and the whole market in general, survival tips through the bear market, being famous, and a whole heap of other things. So, who have we got in chat? Hey, everyone. So we can see Throthschild, Dingo Wolf, how you going, brother? Hex19, what's up? Crypto Gains Club, as always, good to see you. T-Bird, my brother. Hex Heart, what's up, chick? Miss Exquisite, thanks for joining. And without further ado, let's bring on some of our lovely guests. Welcome, Crypto Stylist. How you going?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us on this probably cold morning in London, I would say.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too cold. Summer is here, so it's not that bad.
Oh, nice. You're just about to go through your summer. Beautiful. And you've been busy? What have you been up to?
Just life it's been pretty like life as usual, and just continuing to make content. I got to 1,000 subs, so I'm really excited. Finally to hit that milestone. Yeah, Motley streamed last night, and then he did a really big push last night to help get me over the top. So thank you, Motley. And just concentrating on zooming out and looking at kind of the macro view of everything. I think we talked about this a little bit in the green room, Sammy, that it's just important to kind of maintain a perspective during times like right now where we're in a dip. I mean, this without question, the whole crypto market's in a difficult place. So it's been just trying to concentrate on like what the perspective is and looking at things long term, and just trying to be able to like storytell that way. And I think that that's really important for those of us who are in a position where we have channels and we're talking to people who are in this world, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I just really trying to think of like what the right way to go about it is. This is my first bear market, so I'm trying to be smart about it, but and be helpful, I guess. So, but I think we'll talk more about that later. But everything is really good, and I'm really excited for PulseCon to launch, as everybody is, and I know that Richard's been working really hard on that, and it's we just have to be patient and be strong. That's really. Yeah, you can feel the kind of tension in the community, and it doesn't help anything. There's nothing we can do unless we're going to go and write the code for him, which I certainly am not able to do. So we just need to, try to maintain the best outlook that we possibly can in this time.
Absolutely. And, it's always good to try and stay positive, and we are all excited about Pulse, and, we're not to have expectations from others, and we're sure that when Richard does come around to launching it, it'll be without bugs and perfect, because he's pretty smart, switched on, he knows what he's doing. Very capable hands. So let's see another Hexagon.
Oh, your dog is so cute. Hey, Lindsay.
I didn't know it was puppy hour. Mine's over there.
It is puppy hour. It's my puppy.
Oh, cute.
Aw. I won't even mess with my camera because it's an anchor. And so somebody else uses an anchor, the thing like perches, and then it pieces out if you touch it.
Yeah.
So you guys have some cute pups. What's their names?
My dog is Junya, after the Japanese designer Junya Watanabe.
Oh my God.
Mine's Aria, and she loves to get on camera, as you can see. She always wants to come up. Sit down, Aria, and be a good girl.
Aria cracks me up. She's like I don't really know what like a dingo's like because I'm not from there. But I'd imagine that a dingo would do that.
Yeah, probably. She does look a little bit like a dingo. Say hello, little chicken.
She's so cute. What kind of dog is she?
She's an Italian Whippet Cross Kelpie.
Oh, okay. But she's tall. No?
Yeah, she's probably off the ground, probably, I don't know, if you can't even see my hands. Oh, I don't know, probably 40 centimeters.
Okay.
She won't grow any more, but yeah, she's a good girl. She's a hunter, so she's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's been happening, Lindsay?
Yeah. Just hanging out. We've been moving, and we put in a huge garden. We're still actively working on that daily and trying to keep up with this chilly market we're in right now, this bloody market, and really hanging in and, you know, researching projects and digging down and finding extra income revenues and doing some research and just kind of enjoying the process, because, you know, it's hard, and like you had touched upon briefly, it's just, you know, it looks chilly out there, but
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
It does indeed. All right, well, let's bring on another guest. Claz, welcome to the stream. How you going?
Hey, ladies. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, I'm fantastic, Sammy. How are you?
Really, really well. Thanks so much for coming on. And you're another Aussie in the space. Good to see you. And you're coming all the way from Perth, and it's early in the morning there, or not too early. And how's the weather there today?
Oh, it's always fine over here in Perth, Sammy. We don't really get that many cold and really stormy days until like the heart of winter, and we might have like 3 thunderstorms. No, we got great weather in Perth. I can't complain, man.
It's always beautiful out there, over there, I should say. And Claz, you've been a busy lady. Apart from watching all the streams, you've now got your YouTube channel. And do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, thanks, Sammy. So it's Claz and Tic-Tac Crypto. We just started streaming. We've got 150 loyal subscribers. Dingo Wolf is our most loyal subscriber. So yeah, thanks, Dingo Wolf. He was there. Dingo Man he was there last night with his wrench. So yeah, we're into content. So we just dive straight into the middle of crypto content, of course, the Richard Hart ecosystem. And yeah, we just go for it for about an hour with our guests. And at some point we'll have each and every one of you on, I hope.
Awesome.
Yeah,
love to come on. And what's your YouTube channel called for anyone that wants to search for it?
Yeah, so it's just called Claz and Tic-Tac Crypto. We haven't come up with anything more inventive at this stage. Yeah, we're a work in progress.
That's cool. And Crypto Stylist, we forgot to mention, what's your YouTube channel called?
it's a Crypto Stylist. Yeah, it's just the standard YouTube /C/Crypto Stylist. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. All right, let's see who else is on. Don't annoy me. All right. Who else we got? Georgia, how you going, lovely lady?
Hey guys, nice seeing you all. How are you guys
Georgia.
doing?
Hey, Georgia.
Hello. I am so happy to be here again. Thank you. I thought after last time I was not going to be invited anymore. So
we love you.
I just want to tell you something. I'm going to do something here that no one has ever done on a stream before. At least in Discord Syndicated. And it's hard. And I wanted to see if I can do it. I am going to be baking while you see, I'm going to be baking while we are doing the stream. How about that? Is that okay?
That's amazing. Wait, what are you baking?
I'm baking cupcakes. I don't do homemade stuff, so I just buy the. I don't know if I can show this. Let's show this.
Oh, we got Betty Crocker too.
Yeah.
They're the best.
So let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna start.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna start with the.
That's awesome, Georgia, and it just shows that you can multitask. That's what us women do. We're born like that.
Yes. So see, I have my eggs. I'm breaking the eggs. I'm doing it by myself. I have no help whatsoever. 3 eggs. And I've been doing a lot of things too as the ladies. I've been listening to a lot of the streams from the lady. Congratulations, Clads and Tic-Tac. They're doing amazing.
Thank you.
They just did an interview with Hop Drill, which was amazing. And I think Crypto Kool-Aid was also on the stream.
Yeah, Hopral's our new bestie. Yeah, we're going to try to rope her in a lot.
Yes, and then I was watching Crypto Stylist. She did a stream with RG3, and it was funny as hell. You just see his face trying to look at the styles. Because it's crypto, and the part that I love, she talked about fashion, which I'm totally zero, good about fashion. I wear the same thing, black with every color with black. That's it. So it was great to see that stream. It was amazing.
Thank you.
I enjoyed very much. I don't know if RG3 did, but I did.
He's a good sport. I really do kind of really make fun of him a lot the whole time.
I know you guys have a love-hate relationship. It's funny. You sound like my kid, brother and sister.
We're like brother and sister. He's like the older brother. Then yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Just like we know. And then I've been very active on the space, on the Twitter space. You know, I love because I'm so busy. I don't have much time to do this. This is like a big production for me. So Twitter space, it's really good. I learn and I give out, and not advice, but I just want people who's new to Hex and who doesn't want to be, too involved yet, but they want to hear. I give them my opinion, my personal opinion as a new Hexican, as someone new in crypto. So I think it's very important because when you look at the streams and when you listen to these people who have been in crypto for years or who have like a lot of knowledge and they know all the technical words, it is intimidating, especially, a woman in crypto. So that's my goal, is to show them that we do exist and we're coming out of the shadows, and I'm supporting everybody who wants to do something like class and TikTok. And obviously with Lindsay, I'm there pretty much, every time that they invite me, I say yes, because I really enjoy the broadcast. So that's what I've been doing, and cooking.
Awesome. Busy lady. Oh, cool. Well, let's bring on another guest. Hey, Jackie, how you going?
Hello. I'm doing well. Hi, nice to be here. See you all.
Hi,
Thanks
nice
for
to see
joining us. What have you been up to, Jackie?
Keeping very busy. Let's see. Of course, doing the gardening thing big time, but also watching a lot of the what I call really positive streams, interesting streams. Saw one today with Crypto Coffee, and I think it was Waters Above. So it was excellent. It was quite a macro approach and dealing with the dips and just some philosophy, and quite well done. I also find Maddie's streams really good, especially dealing with this kind of market. But I was wondering if you guys can hear me okay?
Yes.
It's okay, good. Yeah. But just, taking it all in. I mean, for myself, recently, having gotten into crypto through hubby last fall, bear markets, I kind of, I'm a true Hexican, I'm staked, I chill, but I do feel for those people that, when they've come from a trader background and to deal with this, it's a whole other ball game and takes a lot of adjustment. But I find for myself, okay, this is what you do, and in a way, adjust your life accordingly. So depending on finances, situation, I know I've got a stake coming up this weekend, which is my birthday. I'll be 75. And what I intend to do is just restake.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Big time into longevity. Do all the right things, hopefully. And again, take in new research, the science I'm really interested in. And my puppy is next door with my husband, and that's Skookum, which is the name I use on Twitter, but I don't really post on Twitter. I just use it to follow people. But
yeah, very cute. Awesome. Well, good to see you, Jackie. Now we've got a guest here who is one of our younger Hexicans. Hey, Kaylee, how you going? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Welcome to the show, Kaylee.
Nice to be here.
I love that T-shirt you got. You got rocking. Very nice.
It's a Hex T-shirt. It's got the logo on it. My dad bought it for me for Christmas.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice, Kaylee. So tell us a little bit about, it's probably your first time on stream, so feel comfortable. Anything goes here. And you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Kaylee. I'm 15 years old, and I am a golfer. So I would like to say this one thing first. I'd like to give a big thanks to Nardo because he is donating some money to me so I can golf and travel this summer for tournaments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So cool.
Way to go, Nardo.
Yeah. And I made a list so I wouldn't forget anything. I just want to say
That's
how I got
all.
into hex. My dad introduced it to me. He is a psychic healer, so he gets like these flashes sometimes, and then he got a flash of hex. So he started
wow.
investing, and then he introduced it to me. So I had my first job when I was 14. So I just invested $150 into it, and I just staked it, and my stakes are still going. And it's been about a year now since I've had my first stake.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's
And we have
awesome.
met your dad here on Ladies Discourse. Will chat to him every now and then.
Yeah.
And you must be one of the youngest hexicans I know. These days,
There's
apart
not
from
many kids who invest in crypto.
no, I think it's fantastic that you've seen. I mean, you're only 15 and you're already putting money into your future.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'd like to say a little bit more about my dad. He is a psychic healer, so he does Reiki healing, and he wasn't always the most stable with money, so he would heal for money, but that didn't feel right, so he made a deal with the universe. As long as he's floating by and still keeping good with his financial situation, he will heal people for free.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
That is so awesome. And I think the world needs a lot of healing at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean?
everyone does right now.
Yeah, he must be a busy guy these days.
I think spiritual healing is one of the most important things that we could
yeah,
work
spirituality
on.
is
Yeah.
important in life.
Yeah.
That would be nice to have him on. Hey, Sammy, he can give us like a little group healing. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He said next time. Well, since we're talking about spirituality, I brought my singing bowl, and I would just like everyone to collectively think about what they're grateful for, and we're gonna raise our frequency and our vibration, and we'll hopefully shift to a better reality.
Nice.
So we're just gonna do it for a minute. You can think about hex or anything you want or anything you're grateful for, and the timer starts now. And that was just a quick minute, and I hope you guys all feel like you're all uplifted and happy now.
Yes, feel
Awesome. That was really
wonderful.
cool, Kaylee. I don't think anyone's done
That's
that
awesome.
on the show before.
I did.
Yeah,
I was
people in the universe did that too.
Coincidentally, I was like, God, she's much better than me. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Coincidence? No, it's it's coincidence. This is what I bring food for the kids and that's what I was grateful for.
That's great.
To be able
I'm
to
glad to hear
provide.
that.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Georgia. And Georgia, I know you live a little bit near LA and I think Nevada area. Do you have a lot of shaman healers over there?
We do, especially at the Mojave Desert, the desert, Palm Springs. I work a lot with the, I work at Children's Court, and we have a lot of laws that protect the children who are indigenous children that they have roots and ancestors with the indigenous people from Canada and United States. So we have a lot of people who come. Right now we're working remotely. We're not in court, but I was able to see a lot of people who were here. They were spiritual healers, and you're gonna laugh, but we have Knott's Berry Farm here, and Knott's Berry Farm has a tribute to the indigenous from California. and they do a lot of ceremonies there. So it's very,
Wow.
doesn't matter where you see it, but the important thing is that you get to experience this kind of, events.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we have them here, but they're sort of like, I don't know, they're not like, how should I say, indigenous, or they're sort of like
No,
they're self-taught, but they take courses and stuff, do Reiki, and it's kind of a bit plastic. It's not
Yeah.
like a true style, or what Keely's doing and her dad's doing.
I hope it's maybe it's not the same type of healing, but they do work a lot with spiritual healing. I'm not too familiar with Reiki or, for me, spiritual healing is to cook and to feel better and to see around me and see my children. Everybody has a different way of healing, spiritually. So that's what I do. But it is very important, especially now with all the things going on. I think it's most of the things that I see that are not positive and have to do with mental illness and not being well taken care of.
Well, when you're constantly feeding off a dopamine drip, your screens, your crypto, like you're watching these bull runs, these pop-offs, these candles flicking up, whatever you want to call it. You're watching these things and you're getting a bit of a dopamine hit. And
Yes.
now if we're in a bear market,
Yeah.
you're not getting those dopamine hits as often or as fast. So you're going to find yourself a little, if you put yourself in a position to do so.
Or you can get your dopamine hit in a different way.
Hey, now we're talking.
I feel like that's exactly where Georgia was going to take that.
Well, the gardening you're doing, the out in nature, outdoors, lots of different other ways. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, this is simple things that you can find around,
Totally.
Yeah, it's all healing, and it's a really good subject to discuss because looking at the prices here, Bitcoin's at 28,700, Ethereum's at 1,700. Actually, Hex has recovered from yesterday to 6 cents. Hang on, 6 cents. So actually, look, the last time I looked, it was 4 cents. So it was quite down. So I don't know if you ladies, sorry, have been through a bear market before. I've been through one myself, getting into crypto 2017, and sat through, a few years of my portfolio being worth zip. So, I would like to discuss everyone's experience with the bear market, because sometimes it is disheartening when you put this money into an investment and you see it go so low. But the thing is, with the bear market, I know it's hard to believe, but it's going to go back up. It's on a cycle. It's usually around a 3-year bear market we'll see. And usually when the Bitcoin halving comes in early 2024, maybe mid-year of that year, we will see it starting to fully recover and probably make new all-time highs again. And usually everything does follow Bitcoin through. I mean, Hex is a little bit different and has sort of been doing its own thing. But I would say Hex would be, doing the same kind of thing. But we do stand to see lower lows, as Richard Hart has discussed. He sees Bitcoin going lower to the $20,000 mark. So, hang on to your hats. I mean, I would just say to anyone, what I do, I would never invest anything that I can't afford to lose. Mm-hmm. If I can't afford, if I need that money in a month, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, I'm not going to put it in. I'm going to, put in small increments, maybe dollar cost averaging, only what I can afford, and everything else comes first. My bills and my family and my expenses are coming first, and I think it's always good to remember that.
Right. Yeah, that's very important. Richard was very clear when he said in his. I love watching his past streams because I'm just a new Hexican. Don't let go of your job. If you're in a situation like me, I cannot let go of my job because I have commitments. I have, the children. I cannot depend on a stake, on Hex or anything, any cryptocurrency.
Nor do you want to until your bills are able to be paid by passive income. If your bills aren't covered by passive income, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. I'm not at that point yet, and I'm not going to stop,
There's
working
no
because
shame in that. That's why you're out here hustling, right?
yeah, and I'm going to be part of the community and make sure people understand that. That's what I share so much about my life, guys. I was a very private person. I never shared anything, but I say, you know what? Like Richard, he does a lot of things, for the greater good. We are here. We have to set the example and we have to follow his lead. And people will sometimes get upset or they don't like what they see. But you know what? In order to be heard, you need to be seen first. So that's what he's doing. That's what we're all doing. So
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting because for myself, this is the first bear market. And as I've said, I haven't been involved in crypto, but hubby's been involved since 2011, which is way back. And I remember, he'd come in and say, one morning, oh, we've made, on paper, 50,000. And then it could be a few days, oh, we've just lost. And it never really registered because, again, that what you're saying, Sammy, you don't take from, what you need to live your life. And what you're investing is the extra to see where that will take you. So I find now it's, dealing with those important things, get on with your life and kind of go with the market, like focus on those positive things. And that's where I find you guys that are streaming, they're really good streams. Like everyone that's here that does a stream, I've watched your streams because that's where I kind of focused in on, whereas hubby does the technical, that whole side. As I've said before, I really zero in on the people. I've gotten to know, I know all the people that are pretty much doing the streams, but I will tell you now, there's more and more people still coming on board, new people doing streams. I now consider Crypto Stylist one of the, kind of OG streamers in a way, that there are, every time I look in the streamers list, there's just more and more. And I watched Klaus's stream today, and I thought that was just excellent with Hot Pearl and Kool-Aid. Yeah, it's working really well. And I guess what I really like to see, I'm based in Canada, but I will say I love seeing people's streams that are from around the world. And actually the Hex in the morning stream, I really like that stream in that it has people from all over the world. It just is the North American stream.
They're super funny.
They are, but they're from, again, it's a global picture. And I guess I lean towards that macro approach. So I really like to see that aspect. Anyway, just thought I'd put in my 2 cents.
And you're absolutely right. You know what it means? That we're growing. That's what it means. When we're losing track of the people who, is streaming, and there's more and more and more and more names and more collaboration. It's amazing. It is amazing.
But it's such the community, that piece, from what I've seen, and I know very little, but from hubby who's been involved in crypto, you just don't find that in other crypto. Well, the communities don't really exist. I mean, we're a great model out there.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so good to see people all over the world doing streams.
Yeah.
And you get to meet people from all over the world. And that's what I love about Ladies Discourse. I love meeting new people and, hearing about their experiences of their life in their neck of the world. And, I've made heaps of friends and I love it. And I stay in touch. I call some of them and I can't wait to meet. There's heaps of people I'm going to meet up in PulseCon in Vegas, and I'm so excited about it.
Oh, Sammy, you're going to have to tell us all about the parties. I'm going to have some serious FOMO. I want pictures. I want the behind the scenes.
Absolutely. We'll make sure we broadcast if they let us. And you know what? Now that you're talking about PulseCon, it is amazing how it's growing. Have you seen the images online of the area?
Yeah.
I was so impressed. Huge. It's amazing what they're doing.
Yeah. The area of what? The actual conference? What's happening at the conference?
They were showing some promotions they have from PulseCon, and they were showing the stage with the logos. If they're going to do something like that, I imagine, they're at that level. Team Money, it has a lot of experience, and it has the vision, and it's amazing what he's doing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the team, of course. So
I wanted to show you my pulse chain jumper that I made. My pulse chain.
Oh, nice.
I love the little heart.
You so.
I don't know who made the design. I actually pinched it, but I did make it on Vistaprint. It cost me around about $50 or $60, which is what you pay for a hoodie anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. I made some T-shirts too, take to PulseCon.
Nice.
Thinking about, I want to, now that we have Crypto Stylist here, and she's an expert on this. What is the item that a Mexican woman should take on their luggage when traveling to PulseCon? What is give me 2 things that I should not be without, like clothing, outfits. What do you recommend?
Everybody needs like that perfect pair of jeans. Jeans can do everything from you can wear it really casual. You can also make it really dressy with a great top. So I wear jeans a lot. And then you need, you call it the little black dress, that thing you can wear to dinner, that you can wear out, because there's going to be a lot of parties in Vegas.
A lot.
Yeah.
Something that you can transition from day to night easily, right?
Yeah, you can transition from day to night, or you can just do night. However, it just depends on how dressed up you want to be during the day. And you want to have that, just basically any those items that make you feel really good. And either you're going to travel with a steamer or you have a very good iron. I do a lot of knits, so like knit dresses and things like that don't wrinkle because I travel a lot. And there's just nothing chic about having wrinkles in your clothes. And that goes for guys too, you guys. You can't show up all crumpled, okay? Like you got to steam your t-shirts, you got to hang them up. Like you can only see the mark or where it's folded. That's just a deal breaker. You got to get it together and you got to steam your clothes and they got to look neat. It's not just for women. So yeah, that's my advice.
Thank you. I need it from an expert.
I have a question. I know that you were searching for the perfect dress for the documentary premiere. Do you mind to tell us how your search is going and whether you saw that dress that I sent you, because I was excited about it, Ryan Reynolds' wife, I forget her name. Oh my gosh. I can't
Blake Lively.
Yes. Did you see that dress on the red carpet?
The Met Gala?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked amazing. She got like an everyone's best dress list. So that you have a good eye. That's a really good dress. That's a bit extra. I'm not going to go with the dress. I'm not in the film.
Come on.
Come
on. I'll be looking like a disco ball if I put a lot of shiny stuff on me. It will be funny.
I look at, I see the collections all ahead of time, but most people have access to it. You just look at like Vogue.com or Vogue Runway and you can see the collections, but then I see other collections that are not on Vogue Runway. And then I just kind of look for the dresses that I want. I'm a buyer, so I'm buying anyway. So I just kind of pick the best ones. And then I'm lucky because I can wear the sample size. So I can borrow the actual sample. And that's how that's how I'm not spending money on clothes right now, is because all my friends are designers and I get to borrow from them. But, if not that, then I'll put in a personal order and I'll buy the dresses that I want ahead of time. So
I'm going to borrow a jumpsuit from Richard Hart. I'm a XXX, so I can borrow. Bring me some, please. If he's trying to get rid of clothing, bring it to LA. Bring it to Las Vegas, please. We'll make sure we'll put it we'll do a museum. How about that? That's a great idea. We should do a museum of Richard Hart's like the bonnet. And maybe I don't know what else. What other clothing we can the jumpsuit?
We could make a cast.
Yes,
maybe that's too far.
No.
Maybe I went too
far.
Not
a cast, but maybe a museum. I want to see those things on a glass window, with the leopard print pants. At least.
There's creative directors who have archives in their homes, of it's just literally just rooms filled with this is the from 1980 to 1990 era Louis Vuitton jackets, and then you have like a whole room of like Supreme, and they have. I'm sure Richard could do that. He has a lot of clothes.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So when's this movie premiere?
I don't know.
Is there?
Somebody was posting about the movie. Well, there's a lot of talk about the documentary, so I just made like a post. Like I can't wait to figure out what to wear to the premiere. I think the documentary is going to be really fun to watch, so I'm excited for it to come out.
So do you think it'll be a premiere in Europe, since they did most of filming in Europe?
You know, I have no idea. I really don't have visibility to that, but I imagine it would be in Europe. But I don't know. I'm completely speculating.
It probably will be like the James Bond premieres. You know, he'll be like arriving on one of those, like a Lamborghini boat or something, you know, dressed. Are you helping him to choose the clothing for the premiere, maybe? Or are you helping him with some of his clothing?
You know, I don't think that he's
that's
thinking
Richard calling. Stop talking.
I don't think that. I mean, he's not asked me, so I don't think he's thinking about this a little soon. You know, it's a little soon. I'm a big planner.
You need time for something like that. You need time, especially if you're going to put your name to something like that.
Yeah.
The red carpet. You should make a big show of that red carpet, like broadcast. Like I want to see what people are wearing. Like they have to stop and turn and take the photos. Don't just like run inside.
That's a really good idea. I can do that. I can do a best dress list. And there's a whole thing, you know, there's a streamer awards. So there's like streamer awards, and then all the big streamers come and they dress up, and there's people who comment on it. So they'll like comment on the live stream as they're playing it on the on their channel, and then they'll give comments. But it's interesting because they're really good at commenting on the guys, but nobody knows how to comment on the girls. You know, they don't even know the technical terms.
You're the only girl representing us there, so you better look good.
So
she will.
So
anything.
No, thank you. But I want to cover the streamer awards, and you know, because then you can engage with other influencers. So it was actually K4K's idea to do that. So I'm going to do that for the next one. Try to cover it. I won't be there live because I don't get invited, obviously. But like, it's more of just like covering it as a, you know, lay person just watching. But it'll be interesting because nobody does good female coverage. And there's a lot of really beautiful female streamers who go to these awards. So I think it'll be fun to cover. I'm going to
maybe you'll get an award sometimes. Why not? Keep going. You're doing a great job. There's not many women in crypto.
Yeah. Sounds exciting. You know, guys, ladies, I noticed that someone put a tweet out, and this is totally getting back to Hex. According to Bankrate's most recent national survey of banks and thrifts, the average rate is 0.24% for a 1-year CD, 0.26% for a 1-year jumbo CD, and 0.43% for a 5-year CD, and 0.44% for a 5-year jumbo CD. So that's just comparing. That's the sort of interest rates that you're getting at your banks. I think that's US based. But usually, I mean, our economy usually follows the US, and so does a lot of the global economy. But I just wanted to bring up, I mean, don't you think that's amazing? The interest, even though it's not dollar value, it's crypto. And what's more exciting is crypto can go up. It can go down too, but that's like having a gamble, you know. So I just wanted to sort of bring out there. I think we're getting a really good deal here with Hex, even though the price and may go a little bit more. And Kaylee, do you know what I just said? Do you understand sort of what I was talking about?
Somewhat. I got a little bit of an idea.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, in a normal bank, you can have a CD, which is like what Hex is, but it's in fiat and it's at your bank. So, and they have a certain percentage of interest rates you can earn on that money, usually in a long-term deposit, like staking.
As like time goes on, it'll gain interest and sometimes lose, but like it'll still go back up. Yeah.
So I'm just comparing it really to what we're getting in Hex. So at Hex, we can get up to 38% APY, which, I mean, that's a lot compared to what I just told you, ladies, to the average, you know. it's quite. I mean, I think it's a really good place to have my money, even when the price is dipping. This is crypto, and I did want to go back to the bear market, and just say a few things, because there is a few people out there who might have bought in at Hex at the top, and I just wanted to say I did buy Hex at 40 cents, and it was the same thing when people bought Bitcoin at 20,000.
Exactly.
At the same time, same thing as people bought Bitcoin at 65,000. It's how cryptocurrency is, and usually a lot of people get into the crypto market when the price is going up. It's just the way people hear, they can't believe it. They have FOMO, and they just all get in, and you'll hear from all your relatives wanting to get in. But that is the thing.
Better to get in when the price is lower, so you'll get more money out of it in the end.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got a few friends in chat have been saying, "Oh, my onboards have been messaging me. They're going nuts, because I got them in at the top." I mean, and what I said to him, I said, whenever you're getting anyone into crypto in general, I always say the first things, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. 2, that money you put in dollar value, if it's 1,000, if it's 1,000,000, it could be worth $1 or $0 the next day. I don't mess around. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to 0, Hex is going to 0, but it could. We're not. And it's the game. And I explained to them that fact, that is how volatile the market is. And because if you tell them, if you sugarcoat it, you're going to get these people who have bought in at the top. And they are panicking. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing Bitcoin dropping, and we're seeing people who bought the $60,000 Bitcoin. Well, I've only got $30,000 now. What am I going to do? I need that money. I'm going to sell out. And it's called panic selling, and they sell the market down. And you usually see it not just in Bitcoin, but we've seen it in Hex as well.
Yeah.
And that comes with inexperience. If you haven't been in a bear market, people do tend to panic because they don't want to lose their money, and that goes back to the reasoning of don't put in more than you can afford to lose, because you're not really losing money. You've still got those coins or that Bitcoin or whatever you've got it there, and you just have to hold on. That's all you have to do.
Right.
And Richard says himself, people who get rich in crypto are founders and holders. And what are we?
That's what we're here for, Pulse. We're the founders of Pulse.
That's right, Kaylee.
That's right. Gosh, so smart. 15. I wish I was that smart at 15.
Imagine she's going to be 30 years old and she's going to...
She's going to be loaded.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Are you sharing that information
with...
I just have a question for Kaylee. Are you sharing that information with other youngsters like you? Like you say you were... you play golf,
I play golf.
with the younger crowds?
I'm also a team titleist as well, so I represent them in tournaments.
Wonderful. Are you sharing that information about Hex and Pulse chain with people your age?
Anyone who's into crypto, just to get involved with it, and I feel like Hex and Pulse is going to do very well, so I might as well let them know ahead of time before the price is high. Look at them low and gain a lot of money.
Perfect time to onboard. Perfect time. Absolutely.
Yes, we need young people like you, Kaylee. We do.
For sure.
Well, spreading the word.
Thank you for
Actually, Kaylee, can I ask you a question? I'm curious to know how your dad got involved in Hex. Do you know?
Yeah, he's a psychic healer, so he gets these flashes randomly. So he was meditating about financial what's the word? Stabilization. You get the word, right?
Stability,
thinking of it, and he got the flash of Hex, the logo, and he's seen it one day. And he was like, "That's the coin." So he started buying a bunch of coins and investing in them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is getting kind of late, and you can tell it's getting darker. So I unfortunately have to go. And it was an honor to be here. But I have one more thing to say. My dad, sister, and I were going to create a YouTube channel. It's going to be called Third Eye Movement. And we're just going to be doing sessions like I did with the 1 minute gratitude. And we're just going to do streams and try to raise the vibrations of everyone and hopefully get hundreds of thousands of people to join.
Kaylee, when you start, you have to come on here and promote it so we can all come and subscribe to it.
I will. Once it starts set up, I'll give the link or something.
Please do so.
Definitely reach out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
amazing.
thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye, Kaylee.
Take
Bye.
care.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
Bye,
You
Kaylee.
too.
Isn't that amazing to see young people doing this? It is amazing. I take this and I show my kids, look what they're doing. Look, she's only 15. My son is 13. He's only 2 years away from that.
Yeah.
He needs to understand that other kids are doing it.
But just too, if they hear it in the house, like a lot of times with kids, of course, they pick it up. And, if you're talking about it, who knows how many times I have to hear it, but.
I have Richard Hart. I think I have like 6 TVs. I put YouTube in all of them, and I say I'm cleaning. So I play whatever, he's talking about something important or, it's so important to put it on the back of their mind. Like in the morning, sometimes, luckily it's for young children, the vocabulary they use. I put, the Twitter space with the Hexicans, any Twitter space in the morning. Like they go to school at 7:30 in the morning, so it's very important. And they don't know they're listening, and all of a sudden they will ask me a question. What did they say? Why are they saying that? So it gets to them.
Yeah. But I think it becomes better from other kids. Like I've got 2 daughters, 12 and 16. And my older one hates computers because that's all they learn on in school. She hates Bitcoin. She doesn't want to hear about Hex. And they do have Hex because they sacrificed because I did it for them, but they're not really interested. But when you see someone like Kaylee, if she was talking to her peers on their level, it sounds better than coming from a mum who's telling them what to do all the time and organising their whole lives, than someone who's trying to help them and get them engaged in something that's going to benefit their own future, So, and she's a golfer. I mean, what an amazing young lady.
Guess what, ladies?
I
did it!
Hey, successfully baking ice cream.
And I'm serious. I just baked them. I don't know if we can see the smoke coming.
Oh, can we taste it?
I wish I could give it to you, ladies.
That looks good.
You see, woman can do a lot of things. We're multitasking. We can.
Amazing. What flavor are they, Georgia?
They're vanilla and white cake, and it is. So people, I'm burning myself like. So I don't know if you can. See the smoke coming out?
Yeah.
Ouch! I'm
burned. That we see.
Yes. Ouch. they're
Sorry.
I just, ouch.
You
I'll
okay?
be right back. I'm going to emergency.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hello.
Put water on that head.
20 minutes, Georgia.
20. It was like 20 minutes. Yes. I put them at
No, you got to put the cool running water for 20 minutes. It's first aid, man.
It was good.
Oh.
And I multitasking. I feel like so good, guys, right now. I feel so good. You know what?
I reckon you should make this a regular thing, Georgia, but I would like to see you extend yourself to the Crockenbush.
To the what? Translate, please.
Crockenbush. Crockenbush.
What is that?
Come on, back me up here, Sammy.
Is that
We're
those
gonna have to.
Is that those little?
It's the Profiterole Tower.
Yeah.
Profiterole.
Oh.
I'm gonna look it up on the Urban Dictionary, and I'm gonna come back to that. You know what?
What do you guys call that then? Do you not call it a Crockenbush?
No, seriously. It's I know.
Remember, English is my second language, so I'm like.
No, they don't. The rest of them don't know what I'm talking about either. It just sounds like a dirty word.
Much
But
better.
it's a legitimate,
tower.
culinary term.
Yeah, it's a tower. So it's like a big party cake. Profiteroles. They're like
Cream puffs.
The little balls with like cream inside.
Yeah,
and then you have to
whipped
get
cream.
the tricky thing is you have to make some kind of maple syrup honey sticky mix so
Yeah,
that you stick them all together, and then you end up with this
I'll
catastrophic
just pile them all
event
together.
that like when you start piling them up, there is like a full chance the whole thing is just going to fall, and that's why they enjoy to do it on the baking shows, because you watch it fall down.
Very good, Straight Guru. Thank you. I don't know how to do this.
It's a bit of a challenge. Look it up, Julie. But you've done very well. Those cakes look beautiful.
They look amazing. They're hot as hell. I can't touch them. Let me see.
Need some
But
icing.
you know what, guys? It's so important. This weekend here in United States, we're doing its Memorial Day. We're celebrating the men and women who give their life for our country and maybe your country. So there's many ways we can give back. Maybe you know someone who was, a person in the armed forces or a family member. Maybe you can make some cake, some cupcakes and take it to them. So
beautiful. That's such a nice thought, Georgia. And we do. I mean, over there in the States, anything that your servicemen do or your country does, we basically follow. We've got a lot to be thankful.
We're allies.
Yeah, your country's done a lot for the whole world, and generally, if you look back in history. I'll just take a moment out. Thank you, Street Guru, for your super chat. And he says, imagine all the money we were spared from losing by sacrificing into PulseX during this bear market. We should all be bragging to our friends. That's a true story, isn't it?
Yeah. It's true.
That's good.
It's very true. Georgia, Brazology just looked up Croquembouche, and it's in the comments how to spell it.
I get so distracted. I follow the lie. I get distracted, so I put my phone away because I'll be not paying attention to you ladies.
I'll DM it to you. I'll DM you the spelling right now.
And now, you know what? I'll cook it next time. If you invite me again, I'll see what else I can do.
Okay.
I can maybe make some ceviche or maybe a nice drink or something like that.
You're a woman of many cocktails.
Another thing that I have, no one's talking about this, guys, and this is so important. What's up with Richard Hart and the Playboy Bunny? I want to know. I want to know what's going on. They seem awfully friendly. And have you seen those pictures?
Yeah.
They were so sweet, those pictures.
It looks like they were having fun.
They were having fun. Too much fun for my personal taste, but it's okay. He's free to do. He has time. But I have something to say. Bunnies might be soft, but I have something. They were cooking for him. And they were cooking carrots and celery and I don't know.
Healthy food.
Something like that. You know what, Richard? If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, I have something for you.
That means you'd have to come to the States.
Bunnies are soft, but I am hot and crispy, guaranteed. Just like Wendy's. So that's all I wanted to say. Go take it off.
You're so funny, Georgia.
She doesn't give up.
I hope this doesn't interfere with your wedding plans. I don't think it would.
I'm having my bachelor party at PulseCon, and Sammy Chica is going to be my maid of honor. So.
Oh, nice. I love that. Can I be your bridesmaid?
Corrupto Stylist is helping me to choose the designer for my dress.
Okay. I'll say the speech. Can I say the speech? I always give the wedding speeches.
Of course. You'll be taking care of all the women fainting around,
Yeah.
Class is a doctor, right? You know that, guys?
Yeah. Oh, I walk away from fainters. As soon as they regain consciousness, bam. Oh, it's a faint. Okay.
They knock them back again.
No, you got to give them apple juice before you do nasty things to people. Otherwise, they faint. If people say, "Oh, I'm scared of needles," you go, "Oh, have some apple juice. Apple juice fixes everything." People love them down.
People think you're joking when you're like, "Here, have a sucker." I'm not being condescending. No, really, have a sucker before I shoot. You'll feel better.
I call it the elixir of life. People are terrified. Give them some apple juice. Lay them flat. They will not faint on you. They don't. I've never had somebody faint on me if I've laid them flat and given them apple juice before they lay down.
I will give that. I will give some of that to Richard when he meets me. So in case that, I have to mention him anyway. He's brilliant. He's talking about the promotions. He has a lot of people who are not happy with what he's doing, but he's a master on everything he does, and I'm sure he has a master plan behind this. So
I enjoy it. I enjoy watching the things that he buys. I want him to open up the baggies, though. Crypto Stylist, do you know what he had in the baggies? Did you see the Prada bags?
Oh, lots.
Yeah, I don't know what was inside it. I have no idea.
He should do like an unveiling video. Like, you can't be showing me all these bags and not unveil what's in the bag. Like,
And then people will complain because he's showing what he bought. It's crazy. I love the necklace he had. He had an amazing, I'm all into necklace. I have I have my heart here.
Oh,
So he was showing a beautiful necklace with a bug in the middle, and then he was showing some glasses like gold, and I don't know how to describe. Crypto stylist will be better than me. Prada will go down.
Yeah, I like the glasses. What do you think, crypto stylist? He's starting to wear glasses, and and Lindsay,
I like them.
What do you think of his glasses?
Lindsay, you don't like them? It's either you like them or you don't like them. I like them.
I've been in the dirt and moving furniture all week, and like only listening to things I know nothing.
He's starting to wear, like, in the debate,
like gold frame with maybe diamonds or something like that, very flamboyant. And then he showed up at the debate talking about no one talked about the debate, wearing I think it was, I don't know if it was reading glasses, but they were see-through glasses. They were
nice. I liked those ones. Yeah, they would look like they were kind of like clear, like opaque, kind of like a whitey pinky color, maybe.
Yeah, I thought that was very Tom Selleck of him, actually. Like just catching it very quickly.
Yeah, they were good. They were really nice.
So who saw the debate? I didn't actually. Look, I'm going to confess, because I just like to get the vibe from the debate. Sometimes I don't actually watch the debate itself.
Right.
What did you guys actually watch the debate?
Started, but the audio audio wasn't great.
We were in the car and like just watching it, even trying to listen to it was difficult because of the poor quality of the audio. So, I mean, it was being restreamed from like what we were watching was being restreamed from something else. So,
well, watching a debate, Richard Hart debates, is like watching a movie that you know how they're going to end. So it's kind of like,
and I always feel bad for the other person. I'm like, oh, here comes the kill shot. And then, I feel bad for the other person. Like, I can't get all this empathy for like the other person.
He couldn't speak. He was like, Richard, he's usually the one that interrupts. Now he doesn't get interrupted.
Well, he spoke. The other guy, Eric Walls, spoke, and he's actually really smart. And so, and he challenged Richard on a lot of points. He was really hung up on why Richard doesn't go back to America, basically implying that he can't go back, or he's like, is in whatever. He was implying something that's just not true. And so, and then he asked Richard a lot about, he had asked a lot of questions about Pulse Chain, and, just kind of like, to kind of really, really explain it. And I think that, even though he challenged Richard on so many points, at the end, he was like, how can I get Pulse Chain? I want to get you know what I mean? So like, at least like he came through. And I think that, it's really good because Eric Wall has a very different audience. Probably a lot of his audience is not into Hex or Pulse, probably not. And so for him to concede and say, you know what, I've given you a hard time, because people want to see that, did that for the drama, but they end to say, how can I get some Pulse? That's a big thing. Then a lot of people now come on board, and that's really what you want,
I wondered if if he was brought on, the documentary had, something to do with it as to who they would use for a debate. I do find the streams Richard did with the Playboy models, whatever, and the photographer, I thought that was excellent. Like, there's streams that work so well, and he's teaching and they're learning, and even though they may not know a lot, they kind of ask the right questions and they are interested and wanting to know more. So certain kinds of discussions, debates are quite good, I think. Yeah.
I agree, Jackie.
It's just the ones where they get nasty, like, what, it doesn't work, but I find that kind, it's a really good vibe, I find. Yeah.
Did you notice that he has a pattern, with women, he educates and he's nice and he's a gentleman, and with men, he destroys them? I like that. He's been very nice to ladies.
Not real. I remember seeing one quite a long time ago.
Yeah,
and this is
about that woman. She doesn't exist.
No, this was one quite a long time ago with a fellow who I think is quite bright. His name is Adam Stokes. Actually, he's Australian. Stokesy. He's based in Australia. He's kind of a macro guy. Yeah. He's quite positive about hex, but not straight Hexican. And he had a fabulous interview with Richard, kind of this Ask Me Anything. It was superb. It's quite an old one, but well done.
I have to watch that. Really good. Yeah. It's a really, really good one. And then there's one with on the Kitco channel. Channel with an Asian guy, and I forget his name, but it's a really, really good stream because it explains hex. It really gives the best explanation that I've ever heard of hex. So it's an older stream too. And my friend John Wick, who I've streamed with before,
he's really good.
That was a great stream. The one that you did with John Wick was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That was one of your first ones, right?
Yeah, it was my first live stream. Yeah.
Oh, good one.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. He makes it easy because you can just say something and he just riffs on it,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was good.
I've only done a stream with my daughter.
Oh, nice.
That's the only stream that I've done. It was pre-recorded because now they want me to pay them to be on my videos.
Oh,
Moms in Crypto pay me. I had to pay $50 to my son the other day, but with the condition that I put a happy face on top of his face. So I have to look at legal and see, what kind of mother force the kids to do.
I think, you got to look into the contract. You need a contract. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. My daughter will fire me to death, and she will be like, "I'm going to report you. That's child abuse. You can't do that to me. I didn't give you permission to put my face in."
How old is she?
How old? 11. No, 12. 12. But very bright.
Way to raise her right, Georgia. Way to gun in from the get. Good girl.
He's not gonna get. Guys, she's gonna be a Hexican. She's 12 right now, but in about 15 years, when she unstake her stake, she's gonna give some guys some hard time. Or it's gonna be amazing to have a Hexican like her.
Good. I can't wait.
She's anything like her mom, of course.
I know.
She's like Hex compared to mom. I'm Bitcoin. She's Hex.
No, that's not true.
That's what we do, right?
You're day one Hex, and then she's like Hex when it was like at 17 cents, 20 cents.
There we go. I'm E-Hex, she's P-Hex. Let's put it that way.
That's a good one. Apology says that the stream that I just referred to, the Kitco stream, it's called What is Hex? And how did it gain 2,700%? It's in the comments, but that's what it's called.
Good.
Yeah, it's very good. Richard Hart challenges scam accusations. Yeah, it's really.
Brisology is really good. He knows a lot of this information.
Yeah, I watched almost all of his old videos when I first onboarded onto Hex.
Yeah. He was a young fellow.
It's really interesting. Yeah, he's been doing this a while. So how are you guys, Lindsay, for example, how are you dealing with people who are like, do you have a lot of people reaching out to you because of the bear market and the dips who are like panicking? Do you have people in your world who are depressed?
Yes and no. There's a few, but it's situational. It's a lot of the people that we have brought in were not over leveraged. So we're not getting these conversations of panic, of fear, of uncertainty, of doubt. Like FUD is a real thing. And so we're not really seeing too much of that. What we're really like focused on in our Discord and with our clients is okay, what's still out there? This is amazing, like accumulation territory. And so instead of looking at it like we're losing or there's a lack thereof, we really focus and we stay in the lane of abundance. And because that's what we're doing. We're building out, our clients already have wealth. And now we're building other clients on top of generational wealth. So it's it's abundance. There's more. There's more than enough to go around, and really, that's the message that resonates within our Discord and our close community. Is there's, if you're at the point where you maybe leveraged yourself a little tight, there are many opportunities out there to shake that balance a little bit. It depends on what you're willing to do to get out of your comfort zone. In our comfort zone, kind of hunker down. And that's kind of what a bear market feels like, is the hunkering down, the holding, the wait. But that's what it's about, is the holding. And it's an opportunity to slow down, to consume, to, these are like metaphors that kind of escape us when we're in these modes of what's next. That's what I was saying earlier about like that instant dopamine drip, that hit that people get when the market's exciting. And, now we're seeing more of people, like I say because we're all familiar with like Twitter Spaces, Instagram, social media. And a lot of the media that's out there isn't really telling us the story. So social media, we're getting much more of that picture. What do you guys think about that contrast?
Are you talking in terms of like the global markets, or?
Yeah, I would say like within crypto and global markets, we could keep it tight there.
Yeah. So you think that, so in terms of the government broadcasting, they're not really, are they downplaying the situation? Like the situation in the markets? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's hyperinflation. It's not a good situation, is it? Like the S&P 500, if you look at I've started to look on TradingView on the weekly graph, and you can see, so they've got 4 lines, right? And once you start understanding the lines, they're not too hard. So you got a 10 moving average, a 20 moving average, a 50 and 100 moving average. And I'm probably just preaching to the converted here. But usually, for example, the 10 should be above the 20 is above the 50 is above the 100. And when you get that reversed, and when you get like the wick going underneath that reversal, that is very bad. And since January, the S&P 500, which I suppose would be one of the better representatives of the global financial market, has been under the 100 MA almost in that exact reversal. So that actually is quite catastrophic. And I'm surprised that hasn't been broadcast. And to be honest, I don't even watch the news anymore, because do you know what I get when I watch the news? I get COVID numbers every single freaking day, COVID numbers. I don't need to be hit with COVID numbers. I go to work and I see COVID. And Omicron, thank goodness, there's a lot of people with it, but they haven't been that sick, thank goodness. And we never got the worst variants. But I don't want to get into COVID. No. All I'm saying is that what the media is portraying is not necessarily a reflection of what is happening.
Yeah, that's interesting. And sorry, guys, I couldn't even hear you on my whole internet just had a meltdown, data and Wi-Fi, so I do apologize. That's interesting. You should say that, Claz. So you believe that the media is covering up the true effect of what's going on globally?
Yeah, I don't know that there's any point to broadcast it strongly. I don't know that would have necessarily any positive influence, but I think gold got decoupled from backing currency in, is it 1971?
It's been 50 years. It was 50 years ago, exactly.
So for a long time, this has been coming, and we're sort of digging the hole just deeper and deeper and deeper. And that is why, for me personally, I've had to turn to cryptocurrency, because I've gone through other forms of trying to be financially free unsuccessfully, despite being a successful person. Gone through real estate, I've got lots of investment properties, I've got a job, pays me a lot of money, and still I feel like I can't spend my time the way that I want to, can't do enough art, can't have enough spare time, because I'm still having all of these direct debits coming out of my account. And that astounds me, that somebody that can have like a very good job and read all of these financial books cannot be in a better position. And I think that's why we probably all turn to crypto, because we can see the potential. But we just got to know how to play it right, and how to be safe in this environment. And what does volatility mean? You got to find a good product, and you've got to stick with it, and a good product that has utility. And that is why Richard Heart Ecosystem is founded on HEX and HEX staking, for good reason.
Absolutely.
Class, you're so right. We are so lucky because we're part of this ecosystem, and we, are obviously, we believe in Hex, or else we would not all be here. And I think that, what I say to people who are in crypto, and even people that I onboarded onto Hex, it's like you really, really have to take a step back. You got to look at the long term and stop looking at your wallet every 5 seconds. It's very unhealthy, because if it's volatile, it could even go down more. And it's just your whole self-worth is not tied to what your wallet, the value of your wallet in that particular moment. You got to think, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, especially if you're staked, and really just kind of like ride through the dips. I mean, I was with Motley last night on stream, and he was saying the advice he's giving his friends literally is like, go take a walk on the beach, get outside, like do something so you're not just glued to the Twitter, glued to seeing the news, glued to the price, dips and what's happening right now in, in the stock market and in, the cryptocurrency market, and really just kind of take a step back. And we know that we're going to be okay. If you look at the chart, it always does go up and the right, and it's gone through a lot of dips, but it always bounces back stronger to new all-time highs. It's done it every single time. So I believe, and I have the confidence that it will do it this time as well. It is the best looking chart I've ever seen. Every time I look at a project, and before I got into Hex, I would look at the chart, and it was just so dismal. It would like pump, and then it would like go really down, and it never really recovered. But we're like this, like up and the right.
Yeah.
Up and the right, up and the right. It's amazing.
Talking about that, I remember I'm not a technical analyst. I don't know much about charts and things like that. You guys are good at that. But Richard, I listen a lot to what everybody has to say. And Richard said once that the crypto falls out of its parabola, and it usually drops 80-90%. Now, Hex chart looks like a parabola, a downfall parabola. When it gets out of that parabola, shouldn't the price go up 80-90%?
I reckon we are in for, I don't want to be too bullish, but I think we are in for a hell of a rocket ship when this thing launches. And if you talk about bonded liquidity.
No, I'm talking about Hex.
Oh, yeah, Hex. Yeah. And the chart, exactly what you said, that that parabola that we're seeing down. But if we talk about bonded liquidity on PulseChain, there's going to be some very deep pools. How are these pools going to be set up? Well, have a look on testnet. We got Hex and PLS. We got Hex and PLSX. We got PLSX and we got PLS. We got this train that is all joined together in bonded liquidity. PLS is going to smash it. That's just my prediction. PLSX is going to smash it, and Hex on PulseChain is going to smash it. And they're tied together. They're going to smash it together. I just feel super bullish about launch. I can't tell you how bullish. When I bought Hex at 4.2 cents yesterday, I was super happy. Because I think like if you can hold through this this dip, I just know on launch you will be rewarded. Like this bonded liquidity is going to work in your favor, and it might not happen overnight. It might be a 1.5 year project, it might be a 2 year project. Hell, if you hold for longer, you might do better. I'm super bullish on the whole thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, Claz. So am I too, and I don't usually go overly bullish. I'm still super excited for PulseChain, and but basically in the whole market in general, based on the data from previous bear markets, it's safe to say that crypto bounces back, Bitcoin bounces back, and Hex will bounce back. Hex in a bear market, and we waited 1 year to see a penny, and it was really exciting. If we do duck down to a penny, it'll be exciting all the way back up again. And,
that's another opportunity for people like me that didn't get in at the beginning to.
I kind of a small part of me hopes it does, that I could scoop that up. And because the opportunity that would give me for later, like that, I just see that as opportunity. This whole time, all I see is opportunity. Everybody is sad. I can't understand why people are sad. I honestly can't.
I kind of understand, because people, a lot of people put in their life savings and what money, they have little or a lot. But what I do understand as well is that the price will go up, just like it did.
It will go up. The question is, we don't know the period. So I mean, with crypto, you get volatility. They're ups, they're downs, but you just don't know the length And I guess, too, those that are involved in the community and feeling for them, those that have that trader mindset, because it's totally different than the whole mindset of Hex and, where we come from. So certainly see, that whole gamut of the feelings and where people are at. Yeah.
Absolutely. And just remember, we're all in the same boat. We're in this together, and don't panic. It isn't the Titanic, and the ship will right itself, but just not overnight. Sure. But what you can do, like you were saying before, you're talking to Motley about going for a walk in the park, and focus on other areas of your spending as well. Throw a little extra money on your debt, tighten up your spending leaks, or take on a side hustle. The good thing is, if you still want to, and this is a buying opportunity, get in D.C.A. in. So dollar cost average in. So you're buying at different prices but on a regular basis. So it basically reduces your base price for the cryptocurrency. And I know dudes who did that in Hex in the first year. Every week, every month, they put a little bit in. And I know some that made an absolute killing. So, and it just reminded, it can go both ways. I'm not saying that's surefire, but it's definitely something to look at and assess the state of the market. Have a look at the broader market, not just Hex. Have a look at what the market's doing. Even though Hex and Pulse is a little bit different because it's like its own little ecosystem, and we'll see different kind of action in it. But it is good to stay aware of what is happening in general in cryptocurrency. Vanessa, can you hear me? No? I'll take you out and then come back in. Come back in.
Yeah, Sammy, I love what you were saying about DCAing in, and I love what you're saying about tightening up the budget. And I think one of the things that people can do from a practical point of view is to have a detailed Excel budget. And just as it can be awkward, like some couples don't share finance, we do. And we sit down, and I don't like this because I'm always like, well, I earn lots of money, I should do what I want. But then when you sit down and you look at what you're spending, it's just good to take note of, and I spent all my money on art, would you believe, like art this, art that. And then I'm like, oh, actually, okay, I am spending a lot of my spare money on art. I didn't really know that until I sat down with the budget. And at least if I'm aware of it, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to change, but I've taken it into consideration. And look at the direct debits that are coming out, because you will be surprised. Like some of the direct debits are subscriptions that you just wanted to try the free version, and they've just continued it, and they've continued it at a horrendous rate. So there might be 3 to 5 direct debits that you can just stop.
Try the free version.
And if you get into crisis and the fortnightly budget's not going to work out for you, you can actually halt bills within that fortnight. So through ANZ online banking, whatever bank, most banks have this function where you can actually halt within that fortnight bills if you need to. And you can ring up, whoever your supplier is, and they're often, very understanding. And if you have a bad fortnight, you can actually make those arrangements. So I think budgeting, and I don't know, do you ladies do a detailed budget?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're combining finances and household, it's you have to really start with a square base of where you are, what's coming in and what's going out. That's how
I don't.
It's not easy.
I'm terrible. Money comes in, money goes out. That's all I know. Terrible. I'm terrible at this. I don't know how.
I'm the spender out of us. I spend all the money, and poor Dosa does hardly spend, but
it's a great way to watch your spending and save more money for what you really want. And sometimes that's difficult to do, especially when you're like shopping online like I do. But set aside a budget, make a budget.
Sit down with ways to get rewarded for that too. You can reward your shopping habit online. There's Piggy, there's Rakuten, like to throw in just a couple out there. If you're an online shopper, those will give you money back. Like you're already getting I'll pick a different word, but you're already getting used for your data anyway. Mm-hmm. And if using those programs, you're creating a little bit of income. Brave.
Hey, Nessa Blue Jay, can you hear her? No. Hey, welcome to the show. Can you hear us? Hey,
Is my mic working?
how are you? Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear you. How you going?
Well, it's going. I'm just listening to you ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the topic was before I got here because I was on the road. Like always, I'm always having technical difficulties because, like trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out, But
And
Big G always has me, so he's always got my, my technology up and working for me all the time. So what are you ladies talking about?
we're
We're
talking
talking
about
about spending and it's how bad it is for us, but yeah, I can't help myself.
Yeah, I kind of bought an $830 pair of high heels today. I can't.
Can you show us?
They're pulse colors. Yeah, like I got.
You have them there?
No, not yet. They're on their way, but they're red bottoms. They're being delivered.
Oh, nice. Lubricant.
Which is
Next
ridiculous, right? Because I never spend any money. I have clothes that I've worn for like 20 years. No joke. Like literally, I still wear the same tank tops. I still wear the same stuff. It wasn't until this last, I don't know, I think before our last conference when we flew down before our wedding that I actually bought myself new clothes. Like I've literally been wearing the same stuff for like 20 years. So
Hey Nessa, tell us about the new purchase, the new particular vehicle that was won.
Oh, the Hex car? The R8?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're totally stoked for that. We've been on the phone. Well, I haven't been on the phone. Big G been on the phone with the shipping company to get it up here.
So tell us what happened. Tell us the whole story.
Well, it just happened all so fast. That's how Big G rolls, right? Like I say something like, "Oh, I'd love to go to Maui," and then all of a sudden he just looks over to me and says, "Oh, we're going to Maui tomorrow." Like, I mean, that's the ex-life that we've been living a little bit. Like he does those kind of impulse things, and he really wanted the car. I definitely wanted the car. We're already talking about putting it in a car show for Father's Day weekend. Hopefully,
Nessa, tell everyone what it is. No one else knows what it is and how you got it and what's so special about it.
Well, okay, so Black Hexagon, right? Yeah. Put it on the auction. Get over here, George. What? Get over here. It doesn't matter. Tell the car.
That must be Big G.
What? Oh my God.
Hey, George, what's
Hi.
You have to tell
Welcome.
of the car.
Oh, we can't see.
Just turn your camera this way a little bit.
Oh, yeah, maybe. All right, there we go. Yeah, no. So Crypto Sparbook put it up for auction because they needed some funding to get the Million Pulse Tour kicked off. So we just decided, we listened to Abid on there, and he's like, we're looking for somebody to donate big to make this happen. And you get a free card pretty much for helping us out. And so, it was kind of a no-brainer. The car represented a weekend where we had just got married and met a lot of good people on the Hex meetup. And
I drove it the day after we got married.
Yeah, she drove Crypto Coffee around in the parking lot and everything. And it was kind of a cool little thing. So we contacted them and said, hey, would you be willing to do it down? And then maybe, when the fork happens, the rest there. And so they were on board with that because they got the number they wanted, and we worked it out. So yeah, and it feels good to be able to say that we single-handedly are helping kick off the Million Pulse Tour. And it's basically like the 5-5 road trip that everybody, the 5-5 road trip that they did. except for the emphasis is going to be on Pulse now. Because we're hoping one day Pulse happens, right? So
yeah. So George, what kind of car is it, and is it wrapped?
It's wrapped in the hex.com wrap. If you go on KSB TV on their YouTube, it's KSB space TV. You'll be able to see all about the auction and the car and and how to support them and support the tour if you want, because they're going all over the United States. They're doing many different workshops. There's one close to everybody, and they really need support. So
and they're doing a huge kickoff with the golf tournament.
Yeah, huge kickoff.
It's not a tournament, but
down in California. Yeah. And so there's a lot of good stuff there. I mean, those guys are invaluable. They go around the country, their time, just to basically pump our bags, right? And help people, become financially independent like we have. And so, it's really great for us to, and it's an R8, right? So it's a 2015 R8, 4-second car. It's amazing amount. It's an amazing piece of machinery.
I would post a picture for you.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you can all go there.
Yeah, if you go to, like I say, go to their YouTube. They could use a follow and a subscribe anyway. Like I said, KSB Space TV and A-Bit and Hex Lion and Black Hexagon there. You got Sticker Guy. You got all those guys. They are just
all
amazing. Yeah, they were down there for the last Hex meetup too, so we got to meet all them, and so it was really good for us to be able to do our part.
Fantastic.
We feel really good about it.
Yeah.
We feel really good about it.
We do.
We feel like it's good. Good financial spendage. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait till you actually get it and you show us pictures of you hooning around in it.
Yeah, we will. We've already gotten contact from all kinds of people in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, you mind if I come up and do a TikTok or a YouTube video? And we're like, well, we'll definitely set something up for everybody.
We're still getting our Hex mansion together. And
Yeah. So, we hope to, when those guys come in our area, we've already told them, contact us. Don't spend no money nowhere for accommodations. We'll have like a Hux OG meetup. I guess it'd be Pulse OG meetup now too as well.
Of course, I'll do a pat down and a AR-15. Like, don't try nothing funny.
Oh my goodness, there she goes. She's not kidding either. But anyway. But, it was really great. It felt good to be able to do that too for everybody. But yeah, you should go check it out. It's. I just showed my 14-year-old son. He's like, "Oh my God, Dad, that thing looks so cool."
It was the first time he saw it tonight. So.
And of course, he's been following Hex the last 2 years.
Well, he's a 555.
He is. He's a young Hex kid,
and he's 14. Is he? Wow, that's
I staked him 1 million Hex about a year and a half ago. So, he's going to be pretty well set off, I think.
Awesome.
In 15 years. So. Well, now it'd be 13. But he's earning really good interest. His T-share rate is really good. He posts
it up on his app.
He does all the time and shows people.
Can we arrange a marriage between your son and my daughter?
Oh,
we're not royalty.
That's up to him.
Me neither.
I don't know. My girlfriend got one of those pictures done of a king and queen, but cropped our faces in them.
Yeah.
You know what? I would love to have in-laws just like you guys. So much fun.
Well, DM Nessa here. We'll see what we can work out. Right now, he's at that shy stage where girls are, he's really kind of an awkward kid a little bit, which we love, Can't get in trouble that way, So
PulseCon 2034, the way.
Oh yeah, I know.
So
worried about NASA than he is about anything else. Really,
right. He
now.
wants to be a NASA engineer. So
you just see his room; it's all NASA.
Guess what? I live right next to JPL.
Well, he's in all AP classes. He's very smart.
That's good.
Well,
Very
Right.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when I cut out on the internet, Georgia, we were talking about how Richard Hart's got a few of his friends over that he had on stream.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a great time taking some photos. And that was a really great stream, the Playboy Bunny stream. They asked some absolutely awesome questions, and I thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing.
That was a good one.
I did. They were wonderful. I have to admit, they were really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, sound like really, really awesome chicks. One thing I did want to sort of talk about, is he did, they were talking about being famous, and Richard sort of did mention, some of the horrible comments that he gets, and being famous now with the age of social media, it's a hard job. It's a real hard gig. Because people can get to you. Like it's not in the old days when you're on TV, they'd have to write a letter to tell you to get fucked. You know what I mean? Like social media.
I saw him a little bit butthurt about what people were saying.
Well, first of all, I've been in crypto since 2016. It doesn't matter the coin, even the old one like Digibyte and all those. Everybody's hollering when it's going down. It's a scam. It's a scam. Just imagine Bitcoin going from $30 to $1. Oh, it's a scam. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every time it comes with the territory. And I believe I've heard him say before, and it's so true, right? Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be Mother Teresa, Elon. Look at Elon Musk. He's getting shit for wanting free speech. Like,
he's like, I'm gonna buy Coca-Cola back and put the Coke back into the Coke.
And he's spending his own money, right? While these politicians are spending our money on whatever they're spending our money, right? But Elon's spending his own money, and he'll get help. Bill Gates,
Look, I agree. But I have to say, it's a hard gig being famous in general. It's
being
a hard
in the public is hard.
You cannot please everyone.
No,
this is the thing. You cannot please everyone. And one thing that I have to tell this, and sorry, Hexicans, but I have to say this to you. He's exposing his life.
He is.
Everything he is for you.
Sure.
So I will be more careful with the words that I said. If I recall correctly, last stream, there were a lot of negative comments, and all of a sudden, everybody's saying beep, 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 everywhere.
Well,
so
I
you know
think
what?
We've all seen the infighting on Twitter between Hexicans too. OG Hexican. It's been crazy.
And the ladies, not just the guys, and the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What I think is interesting.
It's stress.
Some ladies
but it's crypto art. It's gonna go down. Like it happens, and then it goes up, and then it goes down.
One thing I will say that I find fascinating is with the freedom of speech. What I think is so interesting with Richard is he's modeling it, and it's very interesting to see how the Hexagon community, those that have a problem with that, say they're for free speech, but he's kind of modeling that behavior.
Right.
And I love seeing the reaction within the Hex community.
Right. We don't like it when he talks about his pee-pee. We think he should be doing this. We think he should be doing this. It's like, go out, create your own multi-billion-dollar currency, do it your way, and then you can talk.
Well,
exactly.
the Jerry Springer days are long gone past that. I mean, come on, look at the social media these days. I mean, there's much more you can see. And then talk about your dick size. I'm just saying.
I understand people might not agree to it, but the guy is someone who's making a lot of you guys very, very wealthy, and hopefully will make me wealthy in the future.
Well, I mean,
you know what? Let him. We need to support him. Come on, guys. He's family. Come on, guys. He's family. No matter what he.
In the end, he's human, and like you said, you can't please everybody. So why even try?
Exactly.
Why even just be who you are?
I find it funny as hell. I find it funny as hell what Richard says. His personality. I really resonate with his his comical personality, his charisma, and you know he knows what he's doing. And
absolutely.
Look, we all know what's happening in the crypto space, and you can experience that shit at work, wherever. But more, I mean, what I'm trying to like say is that most of these haters and these hurtful comments are because of fame, and it goes with any famous person. If you do know anyone famous at all,
yeah, try to find out not negative comments about, let's put someone who everybody knows, Kim Kardashian. You know, one day they love her, one day they hate her. You know, that comes with the package. But the problem is that it's the same family, the same community who's doing those comments, and that's, you know, I know Richard doesn't give it about, you know, probably the comments, but I'm sure it hurt, you know,
No, he does. He absolutely cares because he's human.
I know he cares. He cares a lot.
He genuinely cares.
But
he wouldn't be doing what he does if he didn't care about us.
Right. He genuinely cares about people.
Did someone else speak? Did I hear someone else say something?
Sorry.
Lindsay was saying something there.
Lindsay, sorry, go ahead.
No, you can skip right over that one. I'm glad nobody heard it.
I think it comes down to respect, and I think people should have more respect for Richard Hart. He is the one. I really love the meme where the people are drowning under the water and he's reaching his hand out. He doesn't have to reach his hand out. He's a billionaire, guys. We're the ones that need the hand, the majority of us. So don't bite the hand that's about to feed you. And the same goes for like, you know, if you're in a workplace and they're paying you good money and your conditions are fair, then you don't bite that hand. That hand is feeding you. So I think it comes down to respect. Like I think we should all respect Richard Hart more. And give him the freedom to be who he is, and support him, because he must be going through a hard time. Like everybody always, you know, all these comments that he must get flooded with. Give the guy a break. I'm glad those ladies came along.
And
they made him look so happy. And I just love all of it.
The pressure that he's under is huge. I mean, it's amazing. I get why he's eating like as a stress reaction.
Win pulse chain, scammer.
Exactly.
Yeah, those ladies have been like a breath of fresh air. Crypto stylists, would you interview them? I think you should set up an interview with the ladies, like a behind the scenes. How did it go at the mansion? What was it like?
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll reach out.
That'd be really fun. And honestly, like, you know, the empath in me understands. And the other part of me that's sitting in meetings with wealthy individuals that say, I don't think that's for me because of the personality that's portrayed on camera. And, you know, we're a person. We're all individuals at the end of the day. And what you put out there is what's going to be seen. So if he's willing to show that of himself, and, you know, I agree, you're putting yourself out there, and we're either going to accept that as your personality or not. And
exactly. You don't tell rock stars how to act. You don't say, bro, you know, stop throwing that guitar around.
You don't invest into a rock star personality. You invest into how well they're doing on tour, how well their CDs are selling. You know, like if you're looking at it from that perspective, there's
and they're good at what they do, and you love it. And that's the way I see it. Is you don't
right.
What I found difficult to understand is rich people or wealthy people or institutions don't care about. I don't know how the president of my bank looks like.
Right.
I don't know how the person who might buy in, you know, my champagne looks like, but I still buy it. I think I understand what you're saying, but people at that level who's going to do the big investments, they don't look at the person, they look at the product. So that's what is hard for me to understand, that they cannot see past that. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's just like, I don't understand it.
Is that plain and simple? It's because we're in a bear market. That's all it is.
Yeah, look,
if Hex was still at 50 cents and gaining, they'd be like, "What Richard does? Go for it, Richard!" But they're looking for a reason why.
Yeah,
They're looking for an excuse on this.
They're trying to stop what's coming.
Sure.
That is what's going on.
OGs
There's a lot
are
of
dumping
leaders out
on
there.
us. This is happening. But it's just, it plain and simple. It just happens. Amazon dipped 95% at one time. Amazon did. Netflix dipped.
We are all in agreement on the same thing. I mean,
sure, it happens.
Is that we all support Richard. We trust Richard. We know he's going to do well, and we wouldn't lower ourselves to be so rude and leave comments that have been said in the past. But it is a tough gig for Richard, like you were saying, Claire. It's incredibly tough. And I was just doing a little bit of searching around the internet on people, celebrities who are famous, and he's not alone. And some famous people would say it's bullying on a massive scale. And they said, whatever your worst experience in high school when you were being bullied by those 10 kids in high school, fame is that, but on a global scale where you're being bullied by millions of people constantly. So it's a big job, and he suffers a lot of shit. And I mean I've been there for the start. I've watched him. Even though it goes the other way too, he gets a lot of support, and I think Richard should focus on reading them and just keep blocking all the negativity because you don't.
You got to block it. Just block it. I don't think engaging in it is healthy. And I think I read something from. I'm following this guy on Twitter. It's called The Billionaire Secret. And it said the best thing that you can do to forget about your worst day or something is not talk about it. Or, it's just removing yourself from it, not engaging.
Don't focus. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to focus in on somebody's personality versus your gains, then that's your issue. And you're going to lose out.
Totally.
And,
there's a time where you separate financial from emotion.
100%. Yeah. That's what all of this is about, right? Is engaging in your ability to separate one from another, because they really they are together, but they really don't belong together, right?
Well, we're all humans too, right? We get into trouble or something happens, you see who your real friends are. This is no different. We're in a bear market, so you're going to see who's the real ones that are going to be like, come on, guy, and stand by you and not talk crap about you and do all this, right? Like, we know Richard's in it to save the world. He's in it for glory. He wants his name talked about 500 years from now. He's not pulling hex or trying to steal people's sacrifice money and
Did you watch
some of the comments are just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're outrageous.
They're outrageous and they're ridiculous. And I feel like having such a great community behind him to say, like, there's keyboard warriors everywhere. And if you're brave enough to get behind a keyboard, get behind the screen and then you can talk.
Right.
Don't get in front of me.
It's all bots anyway. It's all bots and whatever, and people just trying to cause FUD for whatever reason, or they just hate. They're the type of people that talk about you behind your back. Like, they're not good people in the first place. So, and we have met so many good, like-minded people. I mean, we've traveled thousands of miles to meet up with people that we've met at meetups. We went to Maui. We've gone to, Salt Lake City, Utah to meet up with people. And we plan on going to Texas soon and going to see CZ and her husband. Like, we have met so many good people that it's just like, there's so many good people to focus on. Why focus on all the negative? Yeah. I mean, we got Sweden. Yeah, we got somebody from Sweden. Come on down. Like, it's like, there's so many good, like-minded people in this community. We really got no time for none of that other nonsense, It's great. Yeah. And it's all because we're in a bear market.
Talking
That's
about Richard Hurt in this house. I'm telling you.
Somebody over-leveraged themselves, or they didn't listen, or they mortgaged their house, and now they're like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I mortgaged my house and bought Hex at 40 cents. Well, you might want to sit back and wait a little bit.
And there's help for that everywhere in the community. There's Maddie. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for him and say, hey, reach out.
All the time.
He's there. He's really, he has amazing content that you don't even have to be live for. Go back and watch his streams.
Sure.
And those things click. And there's so many, there's so many streamers out there that really expand beyond the financials and really encapsulate things so well. Yeah, we're lucky. There's no other community out there like that.
Well, no, it's funny you mentioned Maddie. She didn't know what was going on with her, and I recognized it right away. I said, well, you need to watch the stream from Maddie, and she realized that she had sudden wealth syndrome. You know, and it helped her to work through it to see
and that was in the beginning.
Recognize it in the beginning.
Way early.
Right when we bought this house and right before we moved in and everything.
We bought the house, but then it was like 60 days to close. And
then
all of a sudden I started.
The build up to it, you know, it was just, it was really getting into her, you know. And, I was like, and I've gotten lost in my life. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations as far as that goes with, you know, having wealth, not having it. It was nothing for me, right? It was like, yes, finally, you know. So
I heard Nessa on a recent stream, and you were excellent. Nessa was telling her story, and totally engrossed. It's really great to hear you.
Yeah. Well, hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you. But I'm in Canada.
That is the beauty about the Twitter space. I did that space with Nessa and Big G, and it was amazing because we got to see a side. We talk about kids. We talk about how to deal with, you know, our kids with everything going on with Hex. And
well, they're coming around. Update on that, by the way. Hopefully they're coming.
You're pregnant. You're pregnant. No.
No. We don't need that. But no, they're supposed to come around this weekend, so we'll see. They may be coming around.
It's been hard for them too, though, because I don't think they knew how to process mom's cancer either. Because I had stage 4 cervical cancer, and then I had emergency surgeries and stuff, and then I was in the hospital for like 18 days, and that was right after we put in the bid for this house, wasn't it? Or right before we put the bid in for the house.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for the house to close because we gave
60 days. They've been here since 1994, so as you can imagine, they had a lot of stuff.
Owners, you know,
there's 13,000 square feet here, so they had a lot of stuff to pack up and go.
And so we gave them a lot of time to get their stuff in order and stuff. Plus, we knew that if we had any, needed some advice from the previous owners, you know, we didn't want to burn bridges either, you know, right? Because I was like, that's a lot of house. So, you know, I'm panicking. I'm like, there's 9 bathrooms in this house.
He's coming over Wednesday to help us with the pool because it's not heating.
I mean, when they told me they had 2 fig trees moved over from Sicily. From her parents' property, and transplanted here and stuff. I knew right away that this was like a foundation of a palace and a home and land that was really thought about and loved for, you know, the land of the free, right? One from Sicily and one from Russia.
When I saw you on the stream, you were on the deck, and I think the ocean was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just cut a big cedar down too that just opened up the view so much. Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
George. The ocean's still there. You got in really early to Hex. You were already in crypto when Hex launched, following Richard. What advice or general thoughts on the bear market, the crypto winter that's coming? And I mean, you've done really well in Hex. What are your thoughts on the future? And, you know, if you were just getting into Hex or Pulse Hex now, you know, what would you be doing? Would you be dollar cost averaging in?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because it might go down more. Like, there's no question. Exactly. It could go down more.
2 cents.
You know, at it really could. I mean, this is crypto, right? Like, it's not all 100 people. This is the problem. People put in, like my friends. Okay, well, they asked me, how much do I got to put in to get as much money as you? And I'm like, don't really work like that, you know? And how much do I got to put in to be a millionaire tomorrow? You know, it's like,
it's true.
Yeah, you know, I've been in 2 years before I sold one hex, and you know, when I did sell it, it was you know, I did.
Hey, Hex 19.
Oh, Hex
Sorry.
19 in the chat.
Love you, Dad.
And that's another one that we had actually gave her away at her wedding. He's
Oh.
well, you're really our wedding. It's your wedding, let's face it.
It was my wedding.
It's the woman's wedding, right? We're guys were just there. But you know,
The dudes were just
there.
The dude that I married was just there.
We're just there. But yeah, no, you know, yeah, Sammy, I would say just, you know, first of all, it's a great time to get in. If you can put anything else in, it's, you know, I'm gonna want to say guaranteed, but I mean at this price, right? Like, you know, all Richard has to say is, hey, you know, we're definitely gonna launch here about a month or whatever at this fork height, and it's gonna take off, and everybody's gonna be singing Kumbaya again. But you know, I just dollar cost average in, hold strong. It's all about being in something that you know is great, right? Like, you're not in something that he's promising you, you know, in the future, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You know, Hex is finalized. It's a product. Look around this space. Name one other product. Like, you know, you can't. I can't, you know, and I've been in the space since 2016, and I don't know another finished product. Everybody's trying to sell you something, or, you know, Cardano's still promising smart contracts. Oh, great. You're promising smart contracts? Like, we already had that. Had it for years. What's so special about that? You know? And I just dollar cost average in, hold strong, you know, it's wherever you're at, and you'll get your time. We're living good right now, you know, we're very fortunate. But you know, what you don't hear is the fact that in 2016, you know, I got caught up in BitConnect and USI Tech in the ICO phase where, you know, you're promising T-Bar. Oh my God, that's the Lair character. Promised everything, and the SEC took his money. Where is it? I put 50 grand in there. I haven't seen $1 from that, you know, and I mean, it's not all easy and rainbows, you know, but you know you're in something that isn't going to be rugged, that you ain't got to worry about, you know, this or that happening. You know, Hex is special. And for anybody thinking about getting in or thinking about selling it while it's down and losing out, you know, don't just hold strong. Don't do it. You know, the way I see it, I tell people anyway, is any investment that you think about making, I don't care what it is, a car, a house, a Rolex, you know, whatever, 2 to 4 year outlook minimum. That's minimum. You should be looking at a 2 to 4 year outlook on investment, you know, minimum, before you should be thinking about it going up in price or anything like that. You know,
George,
it wasn't something that you're going to be rich overnight. You
got a whole Moon Boys. Sorry, go, Lindsay.
No, I was same thing, Sammy. I was like, yep, thank you.
There's so many Moon Boys and girls on Twitter, and it's great. It's great to be excited, but you know, that 12 months we waited for a penny in Hex, like, it's not reach quick overnight. And like you're saying, it's a long-term hold. Be prepared to just keep holding and be strong.
It just seemed great, right? Like, we got a penny, then we got 5, then we got 10. Then it went, 50? Like, we're like, oh my God, looking at our Staker app, like, oh my God.
You know what? As a new person in Hex, as a new person, I thank you because I look up to you guys, the OGs who have been there since the beginning. So whatever you say is super important for people like me, new people. So thank you guys.
Oh, no
I'm so calm because of you guys. That's
But you know what? You just gotta hold strong. That's the deal. You just gotta hold strong. Right?
Well, and just wait your turn, right? Let's face it. People that talk about, they're dumping on our heads. They hope one day to dump on your head too. So don't, you know, it's called profits, right? But you do it realistically. Like, we've started family trusts, and I've locked up for my son, and I've locked up for my daughter, and I've locked up for family. You start thinking about things like that too. And when we bought this house, it wasn't to dump on people, it was to secure our family's future. Now we have something, no matter what, that secured our future.
I mean, that's what it was meant for, right? In the first place.
Sure.
Like, and
But sorry, guys,
holding.
Right. Richard hasn't said don't buy a Lambo, don't buy the Rolex.
No.
Don't buy
this. We'll have to cut you short because we are finishing up in 1 minute, guys. Thank you all so much for coming on. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
In the green room, we've got a minute just to basically shill your Twitter handle or your YouTube channel.
I would love to talk to Jacqueline and George in the green room.
Just wait on. Don't end. Just hold on. Yeah. I'll take it down, and then I'll see you in the green room. Don't press anything. Just stay put. Georgia, do you want to shill yours? We'll go round.
Moms in Crypto or Carrera Georgia in Twitter, and Richard Hart Fan Club on Instagram.
Awesome, Jackie.
I'm about to change some things on Twitter. I'm Hex Skookum, which is our dog, but I'm trying to get everything to Jackie. Discord, and I am Jackie on YouTube, but don't have my own channel. But this is where I watch all you guys and follow all of you.
Oh, thank you.
George and Nessa.
Oh, I don't know.
She's at Nessa Blue Jay. I'm at Real Big G. Real Big _ G. 2 G's.
Great.
But yeah.
I'm Claz on Twitter, Claz and TikTok Crypto on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We only got 150 subscribers. We need more.
Lindsay.
Yes, let's get Claz some more subscribers. Claz, we need to co-stream and all get together again sometime soon. You can find me at Vibra Finance live stream on YouTube. You can find me at Vibra Finance CEO on Twitter, Vibra Finance, and Lindsay the Hexagon. Or you can find me on Instagram or too.
Great. And Crypto Stylist.
I'm on Twitter and also Instagram at Crypto Stylist. And then for my YouTube is also, if you just type in Crypto Stylist, then it'll pop up.
She's 1,000 subscribers. Let's get us all more.
Awesome. Watching everyone. Gotta go. See you next time.
Thanks, Sammy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.